All right, we are live now. Now I want to see how it looks visually. I'm not sure if I like that. Let's see if I can add something here. This might be better. That looks a lot better.
Absolutely. Looks great.
That's awesome. Now we have to. Now I have to see how I can get this link. All right, so we should be good. Visually looks cool, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, cool. Maybe I'll turn this over here so you can't see that.
I thought we were playing. I guess we gotta show y'all. Show you what we made of. Listen close.
Is it working?
Let's
Let's.
I'm bonafide and I'm on the rise. You can fortify that I'm certified. I'm gonna fly like I was on the sky.
Does it feel like it's working? It looks like it's working. See it. See light.
So funny. I bet money. In a second, I'ma show them who we are. So you wanna be a rock star, live life on the top dog. It's going to ride your life because we show them who we are. It's so close we're not far. Sit across the wall, keep going.
What's this?
We're gonna show them who we are.
What's this? So I don't want to hear that. All right.
Show who we are. Try to wrong, but it's your eulogy. If I use me, but I said that it's you and you. Got that you can lose me. All the time and it's shining like you to me.
Let's just set this up earlier.
Y'all so funny. I bet money. In a second, I'ma show them who we are. Let's go. So you wanna be a rock star, live life on the top dog. It's over the body of life because we show them who we are. It's so close we're not far.
Alright, so I have to move a little bit.
Keep going, you know we're gonna show them.
So move towards your side.
It's over the body of life because we show them who we are. It's so close we're not far. Stay close, we're on far. Keep going with the flow, you know we're gonna show them who we are. 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 Show them where we about to go. Show them how we roll. Show them who we are. Show them where we about to go. Show them how we roll. Show them you can lead. Show them so they never go and question you again.
Something looks
Show them you can lead. Show them so they never go and question you again.
the TV's a little off. Because of the light. What do you guys do? That would happen as soon as we.
That's what-
That would happen.
You think there's a, let's see. Like these dim, right? I think you said these lights dim.
No,
Oh, they don't?
no.
Because it's on a stand yet.
All right. Let's see.
Maybe we can. You think if we move the TV a little closer, you think? Or no?
We could try. We could try that.
That's what I did.
How does that look? What if I change the brightness on the TV? Does it look better?
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Just a little bit better.
I don't know what more I can do. The brightness is all the way down, so. I want to see how it looks on the thing.
It doesn't look bad on there.
Doesn't look that bad. Alright, we'll just do it, whatever. Wish people would tweet. It's gonna keep happening. It's fine. What the?
Oh, that string is falling off on the back?
Yeah. We got this here. All right, this should be good for the time being. All right. We're gonna have to.
Y'all thought we were playing. I guess we gotta show y'all. Show you what we made of.
All right, so we're gonna have to deal with it like that. All right, there's not much we can do, but trial and error till next
Yeah,
time.
right?
Just come on to it. All right, whatever, we'll just do it. What's up, guys? Welcome to The Angle. My name is Joey Carney. I would like to introduce you to my special guest. He is a fellow journalist from GNT Sports Talk, Mr. Bobby Thompson.
What's going on, guys? I'm very happy to be here on the inaugural episode of The Angle. I'm really excited to get to talk about one of my other loves, other than sports, is WWE.
Absolutely. And we're going to jump right into talking about tonight's matches. So just announced a little while ago, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship between Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross taking on the Iconics. They just became champions on Monday. So who do you think is taking the titles home?
Well, you know what? I got to say that it was the Iconics were extremely entertaining ever since they won at WrestleMania, and I might say I was very shocked that they won at WrestleMania. I was there. That was a great match. They've been so entertaining to watch over the past couple of
They
months.
really have.
But as much as entertaining they are, I don't see Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross losing those titles after winning them last Monday and a week ago. So I'm going to have to go with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and see they're going to ride this storm. The two of them are really good together, and I see them being very well for the foreseeable future.
See, I love both teams, actually. I think they both have great, dynamics in between the two of them. The Iconics obviously they've been best friends since they were little. They grew up in Australia together, so they obviously know each other very, very well. Alexa and Nikki Cross, newer friendship, but that dynamic is just so, I don't know, it flows really well for them. So I think they're going to be taking the titles home. They're going to retain the Women's Tag Team Championship. Also announced Apollo Crews versus Buddy Murphy. Again, these matches will be featured on the pre-show or the kickoff show. I'm not exactly sure where this match came from because we saw beef between Buddy Murphy and Roman Reigns on SmackDown, so I don't really know where this is going. I thought Apollo Crews just made his jump back to NXT, so I'm not really sure. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm going to go with, for this one, I'm going to go with Apollo Crews. I really like him. I think he's very entertaining to watch. Oh, Buddy Murphy, as I agree, last week he had a little bit of a feud with Roman Reigns. I don't know how they tie this in. I feel like they kind of just threw this together just to throw a match in, but I'm going to go with Apollo Crews getting a win. I'm very high on him. He's extremely entertaining to watch.
And he's really athletic.
Yes.
I mean, for a man of his size, I think that, his agility to bounce around the ring like that is incredible. He's not the tallest guy. I think he's like 5'6", maybe he's a little shorter. I don't even know.
He's not that tall, but he's very, very athletic and versatile, and I like everything about him.
I don't know. For this one, I just see the star power in Buddy Murphy, so I'm going to have to go with Buddy Murphy on this one. I think that in the long run, with Apollo Crews going back down to NXT, for the foreseeable future, I think Buddy Murphy has a better chance on SmackDown, really, to make a name for himself. And again, being featured in that Roman Reigns storyline. So the third match scheduled for the pre-show is the Cruiserweight Championship, which should be an exciting one between the champion, Drew Gulak, and the challenger, which was newly appointed on Tuesday on 205 Live, Oney Lorcan. I think this is going to be a great technical match because they're both, really, really great on the mat. What are your thoughts on this one?
I agree with you. I think Gulak is going to retain the title. I don't think he loses it. He is very, very entertaining to watch as well. With the cruiserweights, I don't really see much of him sometimes, usually a little bit. But I don't see him losing it right now. I see him keeping it for a couple of months, so I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, they were originally featured on Raw, and I don't know where along the line they took them off. Strictly 205 Live. I'm not sure which brand they actually are exclusive to now. Drew Gulak, a lot of people don't know because his character has changed so often. He was one of the first people actually on 205 Live. He just wasn't really featured. He wasn't really popular, so they kind of left him in the back. But he's really made a name for himself on 205 Live, being now the Cruiserweight Champion. Oney Lorcan was featured on NXT for a while in a tag team with Danny Burch. But now he's on 205 Live, really making a statement. But I'm not sure if he is ready for this opportunity. I've only seen a few matches of him on 205 Live, which were phenomenal matches, but they're just not I don't think that qualifies him yet to be a contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. So for this one, I got to go with Drew Gulak. I see him retaining the title and continuing that that brutal beatdown he has on 205 Live. Next on the card, which will be featured on the main card, the United States Championship, which should be an exciting one. The build-up has been incredible for this match. It is between the champion, AJ Styles, the challenger, Ricochet. Ricochet won a 5-man gauntlet match on Raw a few weeks ago. Outstanding match. Definitely earned that opportunity. Where do you see this match going?
Well, I think it's going to be one of the most exciting of the night. These two stars are very similar in every way. They're
Their
very
styles are-
athletic. They have star power. AJ Styles, since he came in to WWE back in the Royal Rumble a few years ago, he's done nothing but excel. I like him a lot. Ricochet has grown on me in the past few months. This guy is extremely entertaining.
He's incredible.
He can do it all. He has the ability to win a championship and carry it and be entertaining, get fans to like him. So for this one, you see AJ Styles, he could do it. He could be a great heel and a great face. I'm going to go with Ricochet on this. I think, you know what? He's been beat down by the OC now.
OC,
So
the original, the official,
Yep.
the only club that matters.
the only club that matters. So tonight, I think you're going to see Ricochet get his revenge. I think that AJ Styles is going to do well. He's going to beat him down. But when it comes to it, I think that Ricochet is just going to take it. I want to see him win that title and host it. I want to see him hold that title for a long time, too. He has a chance to, make everyone better. So is AJ Styles. He makes everybody better. So, you know what? I want to see the good guy get it tonight. I want to see Ricochet get it.
Awesome. See, for me, the underlining factor here is without a title, where do both men lie on the card or on Raw? AJ Styles can hold his own with or without a title. Even being with the OC, being by himself, this man can be anywhere on the card. You could put him on a pre-show, he'll steal the show. You could put him in the main event, he could be the mid-card, he could be a tag team champion, regardless. Could you say the same about Ricochet?
You know what? I think he can. I think within time. I think he's really building himself up. I really do.
I think right now, without the title, he kind of gets lost in the storyline somewhere. You saw him feuding with Cesaro a few months back before being put into the United States title picture. AJ Styles is a big-time player. He's in every major storyline that there is. I just don't know if without a title, where does Ricochet, if he loses this match, for example, where does he go from here? What does he go into another storyline like with Cesaro, where it just fades off of Raw or something like that? Or does he really find, a significant place on Raw, which I think is coming in the future? But I just think without a title, this man gets lost somewhere on the card. So for my prediction, I'm going to have to go with Ricochet. I think that AJ Styles is no pun intended, phenomenal athlete.
Yep.
But I just think with the amount of beatdowns that, Ricochet has obtained over the last few weeks, I definitely think it's time for Ricochet, to give some, something back to the, OC and definitely, walk out, the new cruiserweight champion. New United States champion. Also, that first reign, it started off awesome, and it just, I don't know. I guess it was just a way to play into the storyline, but I'm not really too sure where this is going, if this is the last match between them, because I think it is the third or fourth. I think it's the third one between them for the title.
Right.
So I think this is it. The story ends here. I think Ricochet is going to take the title, and AJ just goes and does his own thing with the OC.
I definitely see that. I totally agree with you 100%, brother.
Awesome, man. Next up, we have the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. It is between the champion, Bayley, and her hand-picked opponent, Ember Moon. Now, I think this match has the opportunity to not steal the show, but give that whoa factor to SummerSlam tonight. I think because both superstars are faces. They are both the good girl in the storyline. Something has to go down here to make this a little more interesting. I think that Bayley trying to cost Ember trying to cost Bayley is just not enough. I think that they each got under each other's skin. So I'm looking for tonight some sort of heel turn, whether it's Ember, lose to Bayley and she kicks her ass after the match for losing, or Ember cheats to win the title. I'm not too sure where this is going, but I definitely think something is going to happen here. Some sort of turn. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on this?
So for this match, her hand-picked opponent, I'm very interested to see how it definitely plays out. You know what? It seems to me like Bayley, ever since winning that title when she cashed in the Money in the Bank, she's been very successful with that belt. She's iconic, no pun intended.
Yeah, right?
But you know what? Ember Moon has, ever since getting called up what was it, a year ago or
About
two? I
over
remember
a year, yeah.
it was when Nia Jax introduced her. She was tag team
Yep.
partner. I feel like she's never really gotten her shot, and now she's definitely getting it. But with that being said, I feel Bayley is just destined to hold on to this title just for a little bit more. I think tonight's going to be a Bayley night. You're going to see a Bayley to belly tonight.
So that elbow drop.
Yep, that elbow drop that
elbow
she
drop
uses.
top rope is amazing.
Yep.
She lands it.
So I think Bayley's going to win it. And I do see a heel turn. I think it's going to be Ember Moon because, in my opinion, with Bayley, I would love to see her as a heel, but it's going to be weird seeing her because she's like always the good girl. I've never seen like the bad girl come out of her really, and it would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But right now, I just don't see it. I really don't. I think those stars are going to align. That she has up there.
That's a good one.
So I'm going to go with Bayley on this one, and I just don't see her turning heel. I think Ember Moon is just going to get upset when she loses, and then after the match, just beat the crap out of her.
I tend to agree with you there. Back to your point about not seeing Bayley as a heel. You know, years ago, nobody saw Hulk Hogan as a heel.
True. Very true.
He was the face of the company. He turned heel in the NWO. Nobody saw Becky Lynch being a heel.
I was waiting for that.
You know what I mean? Nobody saw the man becoming a heel.
Right.
Last year at SummerSlam. So it's a little, it's a debate as to if Bayley will turn heel or not. I definitely see it eventually happening. I think that the Bayley character, since it debuted, has gotten stale. That's just my opinion. But I think her winning the title was a way to rejuvenate, her career a little bit, give her more of a push that she deserved. Ember, like you said, she hasn't been given any shots since debuting. No. She debuted on Raw last year. I think after WrestleMania, the night after she lost the NXT Women's Championship.
Really?
Or the same weekend. Right. She debuted on Raw. And she's just been, thrown to the back. And I think that she's an outstanding performer. The Eclipse, her finisher, is one of my favorite finishers in the women's division, period. But I just think that, she definitely deserves more of an opportunity. She's finally getting it tonight. Me personally, I see Ember winning this match, but not in a clean way. She can either, cheat to win the title, or I don't know. I think something's gonna happen. She's gonna somehow walk out with the title. I'm not really sure what exactly, but I definitely think tonight is Ember's night. I'm gonna have to go with Ember on this one. Any other comments about this match?
You know what? I'm just gonna say that this match has potential to be once you watch it, you don't want to leave. You're gonna really want to see it because I want to see what goes on after the match. That's what I'm focused on because I want to see whoever wins this because I know how I said you can't turn her heel, but I could see her winning. How about the tables turning?
Yeah.
Her winning clean, and then she just loses it. And
listen, it happened last year at SummerSlam.
Yep.
Becky lost. Yep. She got pinned by Charlotte, and the top babyface woman in the company turned heel. So anything is possible. I think this match has the opportunity to just wow people. I think that people are going to be talking about this match after SummerSlam. I that's just where where I stand with that. But like I said, I think Ember's going to win. You said you think Bayley's going to win. All right, so we have one for Bayley and one for Ember. The next match on the card, of course, is the return of the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now, I'm excited for this match for one reason, just to see how the Fiend reacts in the ring. I know he's lost a lot of weight. He changed his look a little bit. I'm excited to see a new entrance. For me, the character's entrance is probably, it makes me relate to them more.
Agreed.
The entrances just make me love that character more. So I definitely think the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, is going to have a kick-ass entrance tonight. I'm not sure if the Fireflies are going to be out, but it is possible. Finn Balor, we haven't really seen a lot from him over the last few weeks. He's here and there. He was sick. He missed, some events. But I think tonight, me personally, I think this is just a quick way to introduce the new Fiend, Bray Wyatt character into onto Raw. Finn Balor is apparently going away for a few months after tonight. So I think this is just the best way to do it. I'm going to have to go with The Fiend on this one. What are you thinking on this?
So I'm gonna say, ever since Bray Wyatt left, and it's been a while, and they introduced the Funhouse,
Firefly Funhouse.
Funhouse.
I get
Yep.
tongue twisted.
Yeah,
saying
it's
that.
that's me too. So it's really interesting because it's been so long. You saw the teases on Raw with the bird and
the rabbit.
Yeah,
Rambling a rabbit.
the rabbit, the Abigail doll, and all that. But you know what? Once you saw him make his debut and what he did to Mick Foley,
And Kurt Angle this past
yep, and
week.
Kurt Angle, I agree with you. This is just a way to introduce him.
Yeah.
They threw him against somebody like Finn Balor just to see what he's at. We all know what Bray Wyatt is. Bray Wyatt, ever since he started out as Husky Harris, and
The Nexus.
Yep, and you're either Nexus or against us.
Yeah.
Yes, remember
It's one
that.
of my favorite factions.
So, with Bray Wyatt, ever since he started, he's been nothing but entertaining, to say the least. He's great on the mic, absolutely tremendous. For a guy who is huge like him, he's a big, heavy-set guy. He can move around, very, very
What
athletic.
is that
Yep,
back
The-
stand? That,
the thing he used to do,
Yeah.
yeah. Lost a lot of weight, looks tremendous.
just had a baby.
Yep, just had a baby, JoJo. So I'm really looking forward to it. I want to see if he's going to keep that mask on the entire match. That's what I really want to
That
see.
is a good question. I'm not sure exactly. I would think he would, unless he has some face paint on
Yeah.
there and he takes it off and he becomes, the Fiend. But I would think that mask is going to stay on the entire match.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing him. We haven't seen him in a while. I know the one thing to me I'm always cheering for the good guy unless the bad guy is either funny or just too powerful to not like.
Yeah.
So with Bray Wyatt, when he first started, I hated him because he's so entertaining, the scary part. And then when he turned face with Matt Hardy, started he grew on me in a way. And when he left, it was kind of weird. I was like, where's Bray Wyatt been? But looking forward to seeing how this character develops. I think tonight he's going to get his first win. On the other hand, Finn Balor, I feel, to me, he hasn't been the same ever since he lost the first ever Universal Championship. He's never really
I have to agree with you on that one.
I feel like he should have gotten another shot at that, and they never really gave it to him. Because, listen, this guy has so much potential of being one of the best, because he really does. In NXT, all I heard about was Finn Balor. And then I love the Demon King. I love it. Love everything about it.
I thought tonight we would see the Demon King.
That would be
Bray Wyatt,
perfect.
but the Demon King is undefeated,
That's true. He
Which-
does not lose.
which obviously points to the fact that Bray is going to take the win tonight. And again, Finn's leaving for a few months after this, so what better way to introduce Bray Wyatt? I do not think, honestly, this match is going to be a long match.
No.
I think it's more of a gimmick to introduce the character. But we have also seen this match at SummerSlam before. These two went head-to-head, I think, last year or 2 years ago, or something like that. They went head-to-head. So, I don't know. My opinion, I think that Bray is going to take this one. It definitely should be a fun match and some entertaining match. But yeah, next up, we have the Raw Women's Championship, which is one of the most look forward to matches on the card. We have Becky Lynch putting her title on the line against Natalya. Is she from Toronto?
She's from
gonna say
Calgary.
I'm going to say Canada's own
Yes,
Natalya.
Canada's own.
Natalya Neidhart. It has been a rough year for her.
Yes.
She supported her friend Ronda Rousey last year at SummerSlam. I was there. She celebrated with Ronda after she won the Raw Women's Championship. But a couple days before that, her dad passed away, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. So a year later, dealing with the loss of her father, winning another gauntlet match to make her way into this match for SummerSlam. I think Natalya has a strong, strong backing in this match. She's been holding her own in promos against Becky. And you know what? I love it. This is the Natalya I've wanted to see for a very long time. She's one of my favorite women in the entire division. Has been for a long time. She's great in the ring, out of the ring. She is, the overall package as a WWE superstar. She does the media. She does, the tours, the live events. She's on pay-per-views. She's total divas, whatever. She does it all. I definitely think she deserves a better run with the title. Me personally, I think tonight Becky's going to make a tap. Tonight is also a submission match. It is a submission match that was announced last week. So what are you thinking with this?
So with this to start, first off, I'm going to say I'm extremely excited for this match. I think that no one's deserving more of this opportunity than Natalya. She is, this year, the death of her father. I feel like it's fitting that she deserves this. I think she doesn't get enough credit for how hard she works. I think she is the true professional. Like when you start in the business, I think you should emulate her because she's a very good person. She's professional. She's great in the ring. Her mic skills have gotten better. I feel like she's a bit raw a little bit, but she gotten a lot better, especially with Becky because she was killing Becky to start. And I was like, where's this been?
I told her she's going to rip her mop off and she's going to wipe the floor of her ass. Great.
I love it. So I think that, you know what? She's going to hold her own, Natalya. Like I said, I feel like she never really got her due diligence. She never really got what she deserves. She works her ass off. Unfortunately, I'm going to say this. I'm sorry. The man is going to keep being the man. She's going to keep going. Becky Lynch is so entertaining. I know I keep saying that. Sorry, I sound like a broken record, but
She is.
She is the woman Stone Cold. I love it. I love her attitude. I love her. She takes no bullshit from anybody. She is the total I think she's the total package as well.
Oh, 100%.
She can do anything you need her to. And, the one thing when she broke her nose, remember when she broke her nose?
Yeah.
And the blood, that was iconic. But then all she keeps doing is succeeding. She's great. She needs to be champion for long. And I think it's going to continue. I think you're going to see the disarm her, tap out Natalya.
I think it's going to happen too. And this is one of those matches where it's predictable, but to a point where you could see Natalya taking the win. Like I said, with the year that she's had, she definitely deserves a win.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years back, she defeated Naomi for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So she does have, she's also faced Brie Bella.
Right.
She made Brie tap at SummerSlam years back. I think it was 2013. So I think that this may be a great opportunity to put the title on her.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't see it happening. I see Becky holding this title. I see Becky holding this title till WrestleMania next year.
Agreed.
I don't see anyone in the division right now that can possibly take the title off her except Natalya. I think Natalya is the best person for the job. But I just don't see it happening tonight. I think Becky is just, her backing is just, it's just too strong, and it's definitely not going to be her night. So it's definitely going to be Becky's night. So with that being said, I have to say that I think Becky is going to take this match. I think it's going to be a fantastic match, especially being a submission match.
Oh, yeah.
These women are going to be on the ground. I could definitely see Natalya holding Becky on the ground the entire night. I think that the WWE's version of Conor McGregor is going to, whoop ass and make a tap. So that's my take on this. Any last, thoughts on this?
I'm excited to watch it. I can't wait. Like once one of their entrances play, I want to go back real quick to what you said about entrances. I feel that entrances, that's how you do relate. And when you hear their music, the fans get into it. The viewers at home get into it, especially me. I love being surprised and hearing somebody's music I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
For me personally, I can't wait to hear their music play. I can't wait to see this match. This is so exciting. I want to see two badasses in these two women right here just go at it and just destroy themselves and see who's ready to take that belt home. And I think the man is just going to keep being the man and bringing it home.
The man. She's the man's man. Yep. She's the man. She's the man. She's everything. She said in an interview recently, she's like, I don't know why everybody's backstage trying to be like, I'm out here to make money and change the world of professional wrestling. It couldn't be more well said than that, honestly. Make money and change wrestling.
Yep.
That's honestly, that's Becky Lynch. If you're just tuning in, I want to welcome you to The Angle. I'm your host, Joey Carney. My special guest tonight from GNT Sports Talk, Bobby Thompson. We're here giving a rundown, doing our own version of the biggest pre-show of the summer for SummerSlam. We're going to have special guests, more special guests coming that Bobby doesn't even know is coming. We're going to be giving away prizes, so tweet us at the Twitter handle, The Angle Radio. We want to hear your comments, your questions. We'll be giving special prizes like these Funko Pops here to people who we engage with. So engage with us. We want to hear your thoughts on tonight's SummerSlam. So let's get on to the next match, which is The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. But as everybody knows, it has been canceled, or in other words, postponed until tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw. But instead of that match taking its place, are you ready for this one? This is going to be a fantastic, I think this is going to be an ass whooping of a lifetime. The return of Goldberg, WCW's biggest star. Goldberg is coming back tonight to take on Dolph Ziggler, someone who's been talking trash about him for such a long time, even before his horrific thing with The Undertaker at the Super Showdown. People say, it was a horrific match. I give them both a lot of credit, Undertaker and Goldberg. Goldberg smashing his head and finished that match with concussion. Being his age in his 50s, I just think that, you got to give them more credit than, what's been given. But Ziggler talking so much trash about him leading up to this match, I think this is going to be a fantastic match. I think it's going to be a spear, jackhammer, finish the match in a few minutes. What are you thinking on this?
I agree. Dolph Ziggler, ever since he came back, and it should have been me.
Which is played out at this point. I
Yes,
can't take it anymore.
I'm getting really annoyed with it as well. Goldberg, I want him. What we saw him do to Brock Lesnar at
Survivor Series.
Yep, Survivor Series. Spear twice, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. That's what I want to see. Dolph Ziggler, extremely entertaining. The guy can do it all. It should have been him. I mean, I think his time is up. I'm sorry. But
he's next.
Yes, he's next.
He's
No pun
next.
intended. So Goldberg going to come in there. I hope we don't see what we saw at the showdown with The Undertaker.
God,
Please don't. The guy, for those of you who don't know, it was reported today, Goldberg made $1 million for that match, and he knocked himself out. So he knocked himself out and got $1 million paycheck.
Hey.
So, hey, listen, if you want to give me $1 million, I'll knock myself out live, too.
Live on camera.
So tonight, this match is going to go like this. It's going to be fast, few spears, jackhammer. Maybe, you know what? Maybe for a little tease, maybe Dolph Ziggler gets a zigzag in there, 1, 2, knocks out, and then it's not going to be long. Of course, it's going to be Goldberg. And if somehow I get surprised and it's Dolph Ziggler, I'll be extremely shocked.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Goldberg can have a few-second match.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, his moveset wasn't that advanced to begin with. Couple moves. He's like the 5-man move like John Cena is.
Yeah.
The 5 moves of doom that they call
Right.
it. But he doesn't have that many moves on his moveset. I think if anybody's going to go against Goldberg to make him look like a bigger star than he already is, I think Ziggler's the best man for it. Ziggler can sell the shit out of any move, any match, help any superstar kind of get that push that they need. I think he's going to sell the shit out of a spear. He's going to flop around like a fish. He's going to take the jackhammer. He's going to flop around like a fish. I definitely think this is going to be an entertaining match. I definitely think, though, it's going to be a quick match.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Goldberg. I think Ziggler's next on this one. And I'm excited to see – I'm interested to see what happens after this match, because we obviously know Goldberg is going away. The sign just fell in the back. That's always nice. But I think Goldberg's going away after this match. But what happens to Ziggler? Because I know I've heard rumors here and there that his contract is up. He signed another contract. He was supposed to leave months ago. He shows up and does this should have been me crap. But
Yeah.
I definitely think that, where do these guys go after this match? Is this Ziggler's way out? Is he being speared out the door, so to say, into the producer's role backstage? Because that's where he's headed after this.
I can see it happening. I know he's a comedian in Los Angeles. I know
Yeah,
he's
he does
really
that.
big into his comedy.
I'm gonna fix this. while I'm talking.
So So with him, I feel that I do see. I didn't know he was going to be a producer though.
Yeah, he's been in talks for a while now to produce after. I think just if he is going to do it, I think he'd do a great job just because you see his in-ring work
Yeah.
and what he can do on the mic in general. I think that that'd be the best fit for him. Let him sit backstage with Natty's husband.
With TJ. Well, yeah.
TJ.
Sit back there, and I could definitely see him coming up with a few storylines, being extremely creative. Especially, you're a comedian, you come up with stuff on the fly. So,
yeah, he's
with Goldberg, you know what? He's in the Hall of Fame. I think throw a few matches at him. Maybe I think in a way, this could be like him. This being one of his last matches for a while.
I think this might be his last match. Period.
But I don't think you're going to see a lot of Goldberg for much longer. I mean, what else does he have to prove? What else do we need to see from him?
He came back last year, a year before, beat Brock Lesnar, finally filled that filled that prophecy that he had, became Universal Champion.
Yeah.
He's done everything. This guy, I mean, he's legend.
Exactly.
Legend. Period. Let him just go back to doing his commercials and stuff and his TV shows and whatever he does. But I think this match was created to kind of fix the wrong that was done at Super Showdown against Undertaker.
Right.
I think that this match is definitely if that match at Super Showdown would have been really great, this wouldn't be happening.
Right.
But this is to right that wrong that was done in a couple months back. But like I said, I think Goldberg is going to be the one to take this. Take the W.
I agree. Take the W and get it.
Now this next match, I'm looking forward to. It's actually one of my favorite matches on the card. Generation versus Generation. We have the legendary Hall of Famer Trish Stratus taking on Charlotte Flair. I'm not sure where this match came about. Charlotte hasn't really been in any storylines lately. Surprisingly, she I don't know what's been going on with her, but Trish tonight's in Canada's own.
Yeah,
I think that's the best fit to take on Charlotte. If you want to do a generation versus generation match, I see this being another The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. I see this being another The Rock versus John Cena. Legend versus legend. Up and coming legend in her own right. But I definitely think that this match is going to be one of those matches on the card. It's gonna. The sign in the back keeps falling. I think this match is going to be one of the show stealers, or has potential to steal the show. Both performers are incredible. What do you think on this?
I agree. I think that these two are extremely similar in ways, and you finally get to see who was the face of women's wrestling back then, Trish Stratus, against arguably one of them. I'm not going to say the face because the face of the women's division is the man. So Charlotte Flair arguably has become already in a couple years one of the best that I've ever seen. She's so entertaining. That's the word, entertaining. She can do it all. She comes from greatness with Ric Flair. She could be a great face, but she's amazing at being a heel.
You know what's funny about this match? Well, not in this match, but Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the point of saying that you think that Becky Lynch is the modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I see Charlotte Flair being the modern day The Rock. Just for the fact that she is the chosen one from the McMahon family, which back in the day, The Rock was the chosen one. More of the corporate champion. She was labeled the corporate, champion, so to say, for the WrestleMania match this past year. But I definitely see Charlotte being, the updated version of The Rock, and Becky being Stone Cold, and them two, obviously the faces of the women's division, quite possibly can be the face of the company.
True.
So I just think that, I just want to add on to that point.
Of course.
But for me, honestly, Trish Stratus, I can see both of these women taking the win tonight. But because Trish is 8 years retired as the women's champion in Canada almost nearly 10 years ago, I think tonight she kind of has to pass the torch.
Yeah.
She never really did that before. When she retired originally, I think it was 2008. She beat Lita for the women's championship. Retired as women's champion. I think now is her time to kind of, like I said, pass the torch, give the baton to Charlotte Flair, and let her, lead the next generation of women. So with that being said, I'm gonna have to go with Charlotte Flair for this win. I think that Trish's career has been legendary. She is a Hall of Famer. She also announced that this will be her final match ever. So as in any legend fashion, I think they're gonna, take the fall and give Charlotte the win.
Yep, it's exactly right. It's a torch passing match in my feel.
I definitely wish this match was labeled or marketed more as like Hulk Hogan versus The Rock, or Rock versus Cena. I think this match, because it was made so soon, it wasn't really that much of a build up to it. I think that this match can be incredible.
Exactly, I agree, 100%. Like I said, two very similar wrestlers. Very athletic. Trish Stratus, one of the best. Charlotte Flair has become one of the best early. I agree Charlotte's going to get the win. Trish Stratus, thank you for everything you've done for wrestling fans. We love watching you. And one thing after this going forward, I feel like Charlotte Flair, then you got to get her back into the title picture again. Because I feel like you can't have the face of the company get lost. And I feel like you're right. She's been lost in storylines. Like you couldn't find her a match for SummerSlam against maybe put her in a triple threat. I'm with Ember Moon and Bayley for that title, trying to get a title back.
That could also possibly lift the prestige of that match, giving Ember Moon a bigger platform.
Exactly.
So I definitely think that would have been a great way. But then again, this match also adding another women's match to the card. Including more women is what we want. What the WWE fans want, wrestling fans want in general, want more women matches. So I think that either the triple threat would have been more of a classic match, but this match is just we're gonna be talking about this match years from now.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely. The next match on the card.
Oh, there we go.
The gimmick match that I think that they completely messed up on. Kevin Owens taking on Shane McMahon. Now, if Kevin Owens loses this match, he has to quit WWE. Now, it should have been the loser has to quit. Make it an I Quit match, which would have been, interesting enough. But either that or make it the loser resigns. If Kevin Owens loses, he quits WWE. If Shane McMahon loses, he resigns as commissioner of SmackDown Live. That way, it gives you, it doesn't really predict the winner. It gives you more like, ooh, what's going to happen? Either winner, either loser kind of gives that, what's going to be the state of SmackDown Live. This match can possibly change the future of SmackDown Live if they would have added that stipulation in. I definitely think that just, making the match, if Owens loses, nothing happens to Shane. Me personally, I think Owens is going to win this match. He's going to stun the crap out of Shane. And you know what? I think because McIntyre, Elias, the Revival, people are not included on the show, which we're going to get into in a little while. Their inclusion in this show might be interrupting this match to try to help Shane win, and previous matches. But I think that tonight, the hometown hero Kevin Owens is from Canada. It's French Canadian.
French Canadian.
I gotta say that it's French Canadian. I think he's gonna stun everybody, figuratively, physically. I think he's going to stun the show. He's going to stun everybody in the ring. He's going to take the win. What do you think?
Literally everything you said, I agree 100%. Took the words right out of my mouth, brother. And I'm glad you said that. I agree. I feel it would have been more creative to do the loser.
It's on an angle. We're just going to leave it.
It is on an angle. There you go.
We're going to leave it.
So I agree. The loser of this match should have quit. Shane McMahon loses, which I think he will, by the way. That's my prediction. He quits being commissioner, and then you're going to go on. There's going to be a whole couple of weeks. Who's going to take over SmackDown? Who's going to really be the guy? or the woman. See, maybe
Yeah.
Stephanie comes back. We haven't seen her in a couple months on TV. So with that being said, I think Kevin Owens tonight. I love him as a face. This guy has become the new, and a lot of people in WWE don't like to say this. I'm going to say it. He's become the new CM Punk, and I love it. I absolutely love it. His rant with Shane McMahon to get this started was spot on. Loved it. Brought me back to when CM Punk used to literally just destroy everybody on the mic. Shane McMahon, when he came back a couple years ago, I was so excited to see him back, he brings the charisma. So, ever since he turned heel, the stuff with McIntyre, it's getting so old and all. I'm getting tired of watching it. He beats Roman Reigns the last pay-per-view. It's so annoying. I want to see him get his ass kicked, and I think Kevin Owens is the guy to do it. I want to see some stunners. I want to see him get slammed through tables. I want to see Shane McMahon lose. I agree. I think that McIntyre is definitely going to interfere in this. Elias is definitely going to interfere. The Revival, maybe they could interfere because they're not on the card, unfortunately. So I think Kevin Owens deserves it. He's not going to quit. But honestly, I feel Eric Bischoff, I feel like that could have been what you said. That would have been so creative. Brings much more excitement to the match, I feel. So Kevin Owens all day.
Let me add this too.
Yeah.
Now, because obviously McIntyre, Elias, maybe the Revival might interrupt this match. Does anybody make the save for Owens? Can you see the Usos coming out to take out the Revival?
I could see the Usos.
Can you see Cedric Alexander coming out to take out McIntyre?
It's going to be
someone comes out to take out Elias.
I wish that tonight you could get like a surprise, like if that happens and Kevin Owens. I wish somebody could come out. I wish like Sami Zayn wasn't a heel, that he could come out and help Kevin Owens and all that.
That'd be fantastic.
But I want a surprise. Like, what would have been cool? Imagine Stone Cold comes out and helps him out. That would have been cool.
I thought that was going to happen at Raw Reunion. I thought that they were going to have Stone Cold and Owens both stunning everybody
and they went a different direction.
That. Yeah.
So I think it's a Kevin Owens day, as I like to say. So he's going to get the win. I want to see him keep moving forward with this with the way he's doing it now. Canada's own is going to get the win tonight for this match.
I think that you're 100% right. But we have 3 opportunities tonight for the hometown Canadian hero to take the win. I don't think it's going to be Natalya. I don't think it's going to be Trish Stratus. It's going to Kevin Owens. Yeah. SummerSlam is going to be the Kevin Owens show.
Yes.
That's
the KO show.
The KO show. Hashtag KO SummerSlam show. I don't know, whatever. Something like that. So my prediction, both our prediction, we think that Owens is taking the win for tonight. Now, the next match, which I think is going to be the most interesting match on the card with the most history behind this match.
Yep.
The WWE Championship match between WWE Champion Kofi Kingston of the New Day taking on the Apex Predator, the Viper, the Legend Killer. I don't know. This guy's got so many damn nicknames because he's that good. Randy Orton. What do you think? What do you think on this match?
Well, the history between the two of them goes back 11 years, and you see the promos. The promos are tremendous between these two.
And I remember when that stuff happened.
Yep.
It was
so do I.
It was backstage heat. With
Orton, the NASCAR car.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was supposed to be, Kofi's moment to shine. And for whatever reason, I don't know if it's true or not, Randy Orton backstage, with his pull because he was such a big star at the time. Still a big star, but back then, with his pull, he kind of killed that push for Kofi, and which led him to be in the tag team division somewhere, winning an Intercontinental United States Championship match. So 11 years later, this match is finally happening. Now, for this match, I would love to see Randy Orton become WWE champion. I think this guy he's one of my favorite of all time. But I think that this match in itself, Kofi needs to win this match to legitimize his championship run. Now, he's been champion since WrestleMania. Probably, if not the greatest WrestleMania moment in history. But I think that to make his run significant enough, he has to beat Randy Orton tonight.
I agree 100%. Kofi never really got his due, and For those of you who don't know, I read up on this.
Yeah.
That Kofi Kingston was going to quit WWE before he was in the New Day,
Really?
and the New Day became successful. Like you said, everyone always looked over him. He's been so good in the ring, so athletic. The fact that when he's in the Royal Rumble and the things he does to keep his feet off the ground are amazing. He has definitely deserved this. WrestleMania when I was there, best part about it, everybody loved it. It was Kofi Mania. So tonight he's going up against the Chosen One, also back in the day, Randy Orton.
The original man.
Yep. Randy Orton is one of the best ever. He is.
Yep.
He is, when he's in the ring, he is so sound.
He's one of the best third generation superstars. That too.
Yep.
Because there's not many of them. Charlotte is up there, obviously Natalia, but Orton, I think takes the cake on that one.
I agree. Randy Orton, what he brings to the table is an attraction that everybody always wants to see. You don't want to see him go away. He's known for being a heel, of course. He could be a face, but he's better as a heel. I think tonight you're going to see him put up a great fight. You're going to see him, beat down on Kofi a little bit. But I'm going to tell you what, you know what? Keep this going for Kofi. He's going to get the win tonight, in my opinion. Keep that title run going. And when he beats Randy Orton, you know what I could actually see happening? I could actually see Randy Orton after the match going, this is out of character for Randy Orton. Him actually shaking Kofi's hand saying he respects him now.
I can see it happening too, because at this point in time, Randy Orton is not a fully featured superstar on SmackDown. He does go back and forth with his heel persona, his face persona. I think right now he's just Randy Orton, the man in the ring. I don't think there's necessarily a character behind him or a face or a heel. So I definitely think that him shaking Kofi's hand after this match, just adds more to his legendary career, but it also, solidifies Kofi Kingston as an incredible WWE champion. Yeah.
I agree. So, Kofi, my man, keep it up. I want to see you champion for a while. You're going to get this win. Randy Orton, I agree with you. I feel like they haven't found something for him.
Yeah.
And it's really upsetting. And honestly, you know what? I feel like he should switch to Raw. Maybe give him a little bit something on Raw. Maybe find
that could be also too.
And because he's been so buried on SmackDown for so long, I feel. But this match definitely has a chance to steal the show. I agree. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see how both of them, go up against each other. They're both very different styles of wrestling, but it's Kofi's night. I can't wait.
I totally agree. I'm going to have to go with Kofi Kingston as well. I think that tonight he retains the WWE Championship, solidifies his reign as WWE Champion. But here's another angle, no pun intended, to look at. Kevin Owens is obviously being groomed to be in the main event, to be the WWE Champion. He's on SmackDown, so we can only assume he'll be, in the WWE title picture very soon. If he, continues his career tonight by beating Shane McMahon. Now, Owens is a face. If he goes into the WWE title picture, the WWE champion, Kofi Kingston, is a face. Do you think that Owens has a better chance of going against Kofi for the championship? Or does tonight the Viper take the championship, hold it until Owens takes it from him?
You know what? I think it's going to be because of the way it is. I think Kofi is definitely a face, and Kevin Owens is right now a face.
I think Kevin Owens is a bigger face.
Yes,
than Kofi.
And the one thing is I never thought that Kevin Owens would ever be a face because he's an amazing heel. But you know what? I think for down the line, I think that, if he went up against Randy Orton, I could see him and Randy Orton building a feud. I could see him taking down Orton, becoming champion for a while. So that's something to monitor. I'm not going to change my opinion on who I think wins the match.
I agree.
But I think if it were to go that way, I would rather have Orton win, be the heel, and all that, and have Kevin Owens take him down and take the title from him. Instead of having Kevin Owens take the title away from Kofi.
I agree. And, Bobby said he thinks that Kofi's going to win. I agree. The Angle agrees. Tonight, we think that Kofi Kingston is going to retain his WWE Championship, which should be an awesome match, I think. We're probably going to see an RKO out of nowhere.
Of course.
But at the end of the night, Kofi's going to retain this championship. Now, the next match going into the Universal Championship. But before we go into that match, I have a special guest that I would like to introduce to you. Bobby's going to be excited for this. Tonight, live right here on YouTube with The Angle, we have the Universal Champion, shit belt.
No way.
Bobby has never held one of these before, so I wanted to get his reaction.
Freaking way.
Now, this is the commemorative version. I do have the replicas upstairs.
This is bigger than you.
But that is the Universal Championship
This
title
is-
belt.
This is awesome. Oh my god.
I knew you would enjoy that.
This is
We were talking
awesome.
about it earlier, and he said he wanted to see the title, so I said, you know what? Might as well introduce the Universal Championship belt on the show as a special guest.
This is awesome. This is so cool. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You got the universe, and you know what? It's bigger than I would. I didn't think it was this big.
Really?
Damn.
And this is all the alloy plastic. This is all.
This is awesome. Oh my god.
Awesome.
So this is. Oh my god. I'm like starstruck by this.
So I'm going to let you hold that one while we go into this next match. Like I said, the Universal Championship on the line tonight. The champion, Brock Lesnar, taking on the challenger, the 2019 Royal Rumble winner. Took the title off of Lesnar at WrestleMania. Lesnar cashed in Money in the Bank a few weeks ago. Regained the title. What do you think about this match? Do you see this match, first off, being the main event of the show?
You know what? I thought it was going to be the main event of WrestleMania, and it turned out being the first match of the
opening
night.
match. Exactly.
And tonight, you know what? If it were me, if you want my opinion, I would make the main event. I would just do Becky Lynch versus Natalya, in my opinion, for the main event. However, you know what? Knowing Vince, yeah, I do. I see this being the main event. Here's how I see it. I'm so sick and tired of Brock Lesnar's crap. It's not even funny. I'm tired of seeing him come work. Literally, I wish everyone had this work schedule. You come maybe once a month. You get paid millions of dollars. You win this literally all the time. You hold it while everyone's there working their ass off, especially this guy, Kevin Owens, the Beast Slayer. So tonight, I'm going to tell you this. Brock Lesnar's been kicking his ass a bit lately. Yeah,
kicking his ass. Dude, anybody else who would have gotten that beat down would still be in the hospital tonight. That's not even possible to survive the kind of beatdowns. I know wrestling is staged, but that man beat that man's ass down.
Yes, he did.
he
took
him.
So tonight, I know me and Joey always talked about it. We're so sick of Brock Lesnar. I'm so sick of Brock Lesnar. And listen, this guy used to be my favorite.
I love him, but I hate him.
Yes, it's a love-hate. But I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm a Seth Rollins guy. I'm a Seth freaking Rollins guy. I want him tonight to burn it down. No pun intended. So I want to see him burn it down. And tonight, here's how I see this match going. He's going to be he's hobbled. He's hurt. I don't know how he still has any ribs not broken right now. So he is going to get beat down a little bit. But I think tonight, here's my little prediction. And in the words of the great Paul Heyman, because I respect Paul Heyman, no other. He's the greatest on the mic. Here's a spoiler, not a prediction.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see Brock Lesnar get bloodied tonight. You're going to see him get cut open tonight.
There's been rumors that tonight is going to be rated TV 14.
Yes.
So
yes. There's no.
I'm not sure where tonight is going.
So here's
the PG
tonight.
era. It might be officially over tonight.
Yep. Thank God, too. I want to go back to the old days. So this title right here, this beautiful title, is going to go back into the hands of Seth freaking Rollins tonight. And then tonight, my prediction, I think this is the night you don't see Brock Lesnar for a little bit. But there's so many things. We talked about this before we started about somebody can maybe interrupt this match maybe and start a little bit of a feud between themselves and Joey. What do you think about that, in my opinion, buddy?
This match, I don't know. Normally, I would say Seth Rollins, hands down, is going to win this match because obviously, it happened at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And Lesnar has this, pattern where beats the crap out of somebody and all of a sudden, the face comes out on top in this scenario. But like in this scenario, Seth being injured, I don't think it's realistic to have him beat Lesnar clean.
Mm-hmm.
Either he hits a low blow, he uses the championship, or someone who's not featured on the card right now, someone like a Braun Strowman who's not being used at all.
Right.
Being the big superstar that he is, possibly can come down, interrupt the match, lay Lesnar out, and have Seth get the win. Obviously not a clean win, but let him get the win.
Yeah.
Take the Universal Championship. So making Lesnar, not a part of that picture anymore. Have him go away for a little while, leading up to another match. Whether it's, maybe we see Bobby Lashley, who I know has been injured, but maybe he comes back tonight. He interrupts the match, leading to a future Lesnar versus Lashley match, or Braun versus, we've already seen it before, but it's been for a title.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a future Lesnar versus, Braun match. Anyone who's really not featured on the card right now can come out and help him do this match.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely see, like you said, I see Seth Rollins regaining the Universal Championship tonight, but I don't see it be done in a clean way. You know what? There is the scenario also that tonight we could possibly see the turn of Seth freaking Rollins, becoming the next Paul Heyman guy. And Paul Heyman double crosses Lesnar.
I never thought of that, and
He's done it before.
makes too much sense.
He's
now.
done it before. He did it in 2002 at Survivor Series against the Big Show. He
And-
turned on Lesnar. Big Show became the WWE champion. So it is possible.
Oh my God, I want to see this now. I'm actually hoping this happens. This makes too much sense.
There's so many, and listen, WWE creative might not do any of this. They might just let Lesnar win or let Seth win and call it a day. But because this is the angle, we're talking about every angle possible, for these storylines. Do you at all see Lesnar retaining? Is there any hope that or any chance you see Lesnar retaining this title tonight?
In the words of somebody's theme song, no chance in hell.
That's funny because he loves that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so both of our predictions are that Seth Rollins is going to regain the Universal Championship here tonight at SummerSlam. We're about 10 minutes away from the event going live, so we're going to start, getting closer to the end of the show. So if you have any questions or comments, tweet us at The Angle Radio. We want to hear your comments. We want to hear your questions. We're going to be giving away special prizes such as these Funko Pops. We have the full faction of Evolution here with Triple H's World Heavyweight Championship title belt here. Send us questions. Give us, leave comments. We'll be giving away these to some lucky customers, lucky fans on Twitter. Like I said, the Twitter handle at The Angle Radio. We want to hear from you. This is the fan show. It's by the fans, made for the fans. So interact with us, and we want to hear what you guys say. Yeah. So on to the next subject: superstars who are missing from the card tonight. This is interesting because there's a lot missing from tonight's SummerSlam, pay-per-view. Here's a list that I made of just, you can't really see it here. I'm going to read off the names to you. But these are just some names from the roster who are normally featured on TV. Some are not. Obviously, you have the Bella Twins on the roster, so they are not included in this list. But from the top of the list, we have Aleister Black, we have Ali, we have Andrade, Asuka, Baron Corbin, who has not been seen in weeks, which is surprising because he was on such a great heel roll. We have the New Day, who are not featured in a match right now. They could possibly be out there to, support, their brother in Kofi Kingston. Bobby Lashley, who's obviously, on the injured list right now. We have Braun Strowman, Carmella, who may or may not be featured in the 24/7 championship, picture somewhat tonight. Yeah. We haven't really seen much of it lately. More before, less now, which is, strange because they really wanted that title to get over. Cedric Alexander, like I said, he could be, make the save in the Kevin Owens match, take out, McIntyre. We have Cesaro. This guy is one of my favorite guys. I honestly, I don't know why he's not in everything. He's not that great on the mic, therefore not being able to be pushed on the card. He makes up for it in the ring, guaranteed. I don't know why he's not featured on this show at all. We have Daniel Bryan, who, as of right now, is not featured on the card. but he is a suspect with also Rowan trying to take out Roman Reigns. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. Let me just finish this list. We have Drew McIntyre, Elias, the Usos, Kairi Sane, the OC, Lacey Evans, Mandy Rose, Naomi, Rey Mysterio, Robert Roode, Roman Reigns, and the list goes on and on. We have R-Truth, Rusev, who hasn't been seen in weeks. We don't know what's going on with him and Lana. But like I said, he's not featured on the card. Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, The Revival, the Intercontinental Champion is not featured on the show. Shinsuke Nakamura is not on the card for SummerSlam tonight. We also have Sonya Deville, Roman, like I said, and The Miz. The Miz I know was featured on the pre-show in one of the panels, but I definitely don't think that's a spot for him. But like I said, these are all names of people who are not on a card. What do you think about this? This entire list.
The one thing that there's a few people I feel don't get their due, and I think Carmella lately is a little bit underrated. I feel like her and R-Truth, I think she should get a push.
Yeah.
By herself.
Yep.
And she hasn't been getting that, and it's kind of upsetting because I'm a huge Carmella fan. I think she's extremely funny. She's very good in the ring, very underrated. For those of you who don't know, she used to be a Patriots cheerleader. She could do it all. I think Mandy Rose. I want to know this. Why doesn't Mandy Rose ever get a push single? I don't know. She's so.
I think it's coming. I just think in due time.
I think Sonya Deville is great as well. On this, the fact of the matter is Cesaro. I agree. The guy before he with him and by the way, no one's been talking about this. Where is Sheamus?
Sheamus is injured apparently.
He is.
He was injured. Yeah, he's been. I think I heard rumors he's been cleared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where he fits in, if he even comes back at all. I'm not sure. He's been killing it on the Celtic workouts. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah.
Those workouts are amazing. He just had Edge on there. But this list in general, I just think is sad because a lot of these guys and women were featured on SummerSlam last year. Yep. Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin were both in the main event of the last pay-per-view. And now they're not even featured on the card at all. So It's very confusing to me where these guys are going. We also know that there are new creative directors for both Raw and SmackDown, Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. So maybe this is the way of, wiping the slate clean, making everybody forget those roles that they were in before, start fresh. After SummerSlam tonight, we start the new era of Raw and SmackDown. So maybe we see them tomorrow night. Maybe we see them even tonight. I'm not exactly sure. But with this entire list, I have 2 words for you. You can't really see it there, but I got 2 words for you. Where are the freaking tag teams?
Agreed.
Where are the tag teams? This match has no tag team matches at all. 0. The only one is on the pre-show. That's for the Women's Tag Team Championship, which was made a couple hours ago. We have Raw Tag Team Champions, who are great. We have SmackDown Tag Team Champions, who are great. They're not on the show. Are they there in support for somebody else? Does that really that breaks down the prestige of those titles?
Yeah.
So I don't know where this is all going. I'm really confused.
The tag team divisions aren't used as much as they used to be, and it's kind of upsetting.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I'm going to go into that right now because we're going to go into the top 5 matches in SummerSlam history. These are my picks. Bobby hasn't seen them yet, but I want to get his reaction to these. At number 5, speaking of tag teams, we have from SummerSlam 2000, the triple threat TLC match between the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian. I think this is number 5. This was a fantastic match. I don't know if you've ever seen it,
Of course.
but it's fantastic. It led up to another match at WrestleMania. It was incredible.
This is how tag team wrestling needs to go back to like this. The Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian were the 3 tag teams that really just changed it all, in my opinion. They did things that no one ever saw before, and we haven't seen anything like them in years, and I wish they would bring it back without having to bring back the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian.
Another interesting note on this, all these men have gone on to hold singles titles.
Yeah.
So,
continuing their success.
Exactly. At number 4, I have from SummerSlam 2016, John Cena versus AJ Styles. The build-up to this match was, no pun intended, but phenomenal. Happened at Money in the Bank. AJ Styles turned heel on John Cena. Said it was, the one thing he wanted to do in WWE was to go against Cena. Him and, at the time, the Club, Too Sweet, took Cena out. leading to another match at SummerSlam. The first one they had at Money in the Bank, AJ Styles won, but it was not clean. The OC obviously helped. But this match, phenomenal form, 1, 2, 3. John Cena was beaten by AJ Styles. John Cena actually, I think, left for a while after this match. So like I said, number 4 on the list. But now going to number 3, which is actually rated the number 1 match in SummerSlam history. And that was in 1994, Bret Hart versus Owen Hart, paying homage, to tonight's Canadian SummerSlams in Canada. Also Natalia's, uncles. Did you ever see this match?
I did. And
fantastic match.
Yes, it was. Rest in peace to Owen Hart, too.
Of course. Number 2, which is, I actually had a hard time going back and forth with these matches. But number 2, SummerSlam 2002, the return of HBK Shawn Michaels, taking on his best friend, Shawn Michaels.
It's funny you say that. To me, it's on the list. I would have put it number 1. I can't wait to see what your number 1 is, by the way. This match right here was one of my favorite matches of all time. These two were best friends. The build-up to this was amazing.
Years in the making, this match.
Yep.
Years.
And the funny thing about this, the day after this match was my first ever Raw. My
Really?
first ever.
Wow.
No, I'll never forget it. August 26, 2002, Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Brock Lesnar beat The Rock for the title. He was there that night. The main event that night, Triple H versus The Undertaker. And Brock Lesnar interfered, beat up The Undertaker. I'll never forget it. The Un-Americans, you remember that?
Yep.
Un-Americans. I don't mean to go off topic.
No, of course.
The Un-Americans were going to burn the American flag, and that's when Kane came back with his new mask. So that was the greatest thing I saw. I still literally watch tape of Kane coming back. I still get goosebumps. I was 10 years old. I'm 27 now. For God's sake. I never forgot that time. I was with my dad. We went to the old WWE zone, which I miss, which I can't wait. I haven't been to wrestling at Madison Square Garden in years until Joey and I will be there on.
Going there next month, September.
Can't wait, man.
Absolutely. First time in almost 10 years?
10 years.
Yeah. But this match, not this match, but I have to say that SummerSlam 2002 was by far my favorite SummerSlam event in general. Every match we saw the show open with Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio.
Yep.
It ended with Lesnar, winning his first WWE Championship from The Rock. This event itself was one of my favorite events in history. I was so young when I first saw it. This is the reason why SummerSlam is my favorite wrestling event of the year. This pay-per-view, 2002, was my favorite SummerSlam of all time. But going to number 1, top rated or my favorite match in SummerSlam history, with the biggest, not necessarily build-up, but the storyline that played into it after, leading to WrestleMania, leading to future World Championship reigns. Number 1, John Cena versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. This is where actually Triple H was the special guest referee. Daniel Bryan defeated John Cena. Again, Daniel Bryan was the hand-picked opponent by John Cena. The fans wanted it. Everybody wanted it. Daniel Bryan was being held down by the authority. He became WWE champion, and after the match, out comes Randy Orton, who had previously won the Money in the Bank contract. Triple H turns heel, pedigrees Daniel Bryan. Only minutes after winning the WWE Championship, Randy Orton becomes, at that time, I think it was a 7 or 8-time WWE champion, leading to so many great matches, so many great storylines. Yep. The Yes movement, is stemming from this match, leading to Triple H versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan winning that match, going to the main event, becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion in the main event of WrestleMania 30. This match was where it stemmed from, and that's why I decided not necessarily the best matches physically, but the best storytelling matches are what I picked. And I think this one in SummerSlam history was absolutely number 1.
This match is so underrated. So you know what? I like this because I did not expect what happened in that match to happen.
No.
I knew Daniel Bryan could beat John Cena, and he did.
I didn't think it was going to happen.
And him getting screwed just built him up even better. And that led to him winning at WrestleMania in New Orleans that year. WrestleMania 30? Yeah, WrestleMania 30. So with that, I got to tell you, this list, kudos, bro. I love it.
This was it had to be number one. There was so many other ones. There was a list I had of let's see, Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle, a rematch from WrestleMania 20, where Kurt Angle, made Eddie Guerrero tap out. There's so many matches. Last year's opening match, Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. Such an awesome match. I was there live for it. I was on my feet. My dad was sitting next to me. Like, what have you done to your people? Like, that was an incredible match. There's so many other great matches in SummerSlam history, but like I said, these are my top 5.
Right.
It took me like a week to figure out this list because I had a top 25, but there was not enough time to go over those. So like I said, my number 1 pick, my favorite SummerSlam match of all time, SummerSlam 2013, the WWE Championship match between John Cena, Daniel Bryan, leading to the Yes Movement, leading to where he is now, which is not even on the card yet, but we will see.
Yes.
Again, tweet us any comments or questions. I know SummerSlam has started about 5 minutes ago, but technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. We're here now. We're live. Tweet us any comments or questions at the Angle Radio on Twitter. We want to hear what your thoughts and comments, from our show. There's going to be more of these. Every show, I'm going to come in to you live from the Angle, doing a live pre-show for every pay-per-view. We will be on every week. My guest at this time, Bobby Thompson. Thank you for coming, sir.
Of course, brother. No problem.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
Now,
Glad to have you.
Absolutely.
Glad to be here.
Now we're going to go watch SummerSlam.
Yep.
We're going to enjoy the event, and we'll be live tweeting the event, so engage with us the entire time. And until next time, this is The Angle. I am Joey Carney, Bobby Thompson. Thank you very much for watching. And we got the Universal Champion here.